Human psychology is absolutely fascinating because it provides an explanation for everything from our memories and our relationships to our emotions and our actions. For centuries, psychologists have endeavored to understand why we do what we do, with experiments and therapies that they have implemented upon participants and patients. In the process, they have unveiled several universal rules of the conscious and unconscious mind. With some practice and dedication, you can even implement these rules in your own interpersonal interactions and day-to-day experiences. The following is a summary of psychological tricks that actually work. For even more exciting and intriguing content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, here are the ways in which you can subtly influence almost any social situation. Number 1. If you are having a conversation with someone and they are only partially answering your questions or not really focusing on what you're saying, then remain silent, but maintain eye contact. Whoever you are conversing with will feel an implicit pressure to either elaborate on what they were saying or continue talking. This is because the other person will want to decrease the social awkwardness you caused by filling the silence. Number 2. Humans are social animals, and we are incredibly responsive to social cues. If you want someone to like you, then ensure that you let them know that you are happy and enthusiastic to be around them. They will always reciprocate your excitement. This is because people are extremely conscious of the demeanor of others, and they will unconsciously adjust their own behavior in order to make it more similar to what they are seeing. When you are happy and enthusiastic, you're essentially conditioning others to associate those emotions with you. Number 3. This may sound unusual, but warm your hands before you shake hands with someone by rubbing them together. First impressions mean everything, whether you're in a personal or professional social setting, and the quality of your handshake means more than you may initially think. This is not to say that warm hands somehow make you more desirable or likable, but cold and clammy hands definitely have the opposite effect. After all, a cold and clammy hand indicates nervousness. A dry and warm one, on the other hand, demonstrates assurance. Number 4. When you are speaking with someone, use their name as much as possible without it sounding obvious. People love to talk and hear about themselves, and when you intersperse your conversation with the other person's name, you're implying that they are important and memorable. In return, they are more likely to see you as friendly and agreeable because you are basically making them feel good about themselves. Whenever that person sees you, they'll associate you with those positive memories and respond positively to you every time. Number 5. When someone is talking to you, nod as subtly and as discreetly as you can. This behavior indicates that you are genuinely interested and engaged in whatever the person is saying to you. People are always drawn to those who demonstrate an obvious liking for them. When you are nodding at their words, you're implying that they mean something to you. It is an effective way to make yourself more likable to people in any setting, although it is important to be subtle and discreet, otherwise it'll be too obvious. Number 6. In psychology, cognitive dissonance explains that people feel uncomfortable when their thoughts are inconsistent with their behaviors. Using this logic, you should smile to feel happy, even if you don't feel like smiling at first. You are essentially deceiving your brain, because when you are physically smiling, you convince yourself that you are actually happy. In other words, unhappiness is inconsistent with smiling, and vice versa. This way, you are forcing your brain to readjust itself so that how you feel is compatible with how you are behaving. If you want to be truly happy, just smile, and your brain will do the rest. Number 7. When you're asking something from someone, never begin with the words, "Could you?" This particular choice of words makes it sound like a theoretical question that the person has the opportunity to consider and ultimately refuse. So instead of saying anything along the lines of, "Could you pass that to me?" you should say, "Please, pass that to me." It is a subtle difference, but instead of leaving it to their discretion, you are informing them that you have made the decision and you want them to do that for you. We are social creatures, and our lives, memories, and experiences are essentially made up of our interactions with other people. Considering how important they are, it is always a good idea to invest in our interpersonal skills. With the psychological tricks which we've covered, you'll be able to master the art of social interactions in no time. Sure, whilst it may take some practice initially, the results will undoubtedly make your efforts more than worthwhile. Knowledge is power, and we hope that we have empowered you with this exploration. If you would like to see more, or to follow our own phrasing advice to see more, then please like, share, and subscribe to this channel.